All right, Sagittarius, welcome back to my table. It is always so good to have you here. This is a Sagittarius birthday reading where you're going to find out what messages Spirit has for my Sagittarius babies. So, are y'all ready? We are going to start the day out by looking at the Guardian Angel Oracle. I pulled, I wasn't really sure what the structure of this reading was going to look like, so I decided I wanted some Oracle cards. I wanted tarot, obviously, and we're going to look at 4 different Oracle decks. And then Spirit has a lot to say to y'all. And the first one just came flying out. Oh, wow. What a gorgeous card. Ascended Masters, powerful, loving, and wise spiritual leaders are watching over and guiding you. So, that is a big, big message. Sagittarius, the thing, listen, I'm a Sagittarius, so I might be a little biased. Okay, maybe I'm a lot biased, but we are known as the spiritual sign in the zodiac. We're the ones that love to go deep. We love to talk about spirituality. We can talk about religion. We can talk about metaphysics, till we're blue in the face. And so a lot of times as Sagittarians, we're the ones, our friends and family and loved ones come to us to discuss these things because we have already done not just a surface level a study on it, but for a lot of us, we've gone very deep. We've really, mastered, or at least we have more than a surface level understanding. We've gone a lot deeper than most, okay? And so this is very interesting because I think that this message is saying that not only are you going to become someone who is even at a higher level of ascension, someone who is going deeper, who is really peeling back the layers of the reality, and starting to understand, okay? But also, this could be, for some of you, that this is the time where you are really stepping into your intuitive gifts, where you are really learning to connect with spirit. So, this could be talking to loved ones who have passed to the other side of the veil. This could be talking to actual spirit guides or even the ascended masters. So that is a beautiful message. Let's see where else we go. The next oracle card I was told to pull is from the Mystical Journey Oracle. And so what messages do we have for Sagittarius, please, Spirit? What do we most need Sagittarius to know? Y'all's cards are flying out, Sagittarius. Spirit cannot wait to share these messages with you. And I just adore this. I'm going to show you a few things I see that these two share in common, these past 2 cards. But this one right here is one of my absolute favorite cards in this deck. This is card number 17, Compassion. Let's just go ahead and talk about that number 17 before we even read about compassion. Oh, that is so crazy. I actually opened the book right to it. But let's talk about the number 17 because we have the number 1 and we have the number 7. 1. That's the number of you. That's the number of the understanding that you are one in a sea of consciousness, that you are one, that you're not just a body, but you're a body and a soul. So you're one body, one soul. So a body-mind connection is being made, and as that body-mind connection is coming together, there's just sort of this understanding of the essence of who you are. That's what the number 1 is, okay? It's also the number of beginning things, new projects, starting things, things like that. New beginnings, shall we say. And then there's the number 7. I love the number 7. To me, there's a reason why people say it's lucky number 7, because it is. Number 7 is one of the luckiest numbers there is, because you have the number 1, which is the new, fresh beginning, the number of of source, all that is and all that ever shall be and all that ever was. You, okay? So, because, we're all connected. You, source, all of us are all connected. So that's what 1 is. But then 6, the number 7 is 1 plus 6. And 6 is the number of as above, so below. The balance of the spiritualistic as above, the 5D, with the materialistic as below, the 3D. So kind of you and your higher self coming into alignment. So 1, you, and then your higher self in alignment. So 1 plus 6 is 7. So we're talking about you coming into awareness, you coming into alignment with your higher self and being balanced and now being on the right path, because that's what the number 7 means, is being on the right path, being on the lucky path, sometimes people say. And so Sagittarius, no one is more lucky than you, okay? And so we have this number comes together, 17. You are on the lucky path, but then when you add 1 and 7, what do you get? 17 adds up to 8. Okay, so this is really the infinite potential of understanding that this is the moment where you are in alignment. This is the moment where you're starting to grasp it's not just you walking around in this meat suit, just having no control over your environment, but that you are a creative, conscious creator. You are a conscious creator is the word I was trying to say. And as a conscious creator, you are creating your reality, right? And then you can impact the environment around you with your thoughts, with your manifestations, with your energy, with your emotion, right? So as you're becoming aware of this, I'm really, Sagittarius, I'm feeling this is the number of, this is kind of, I'm feeling a lot of luck, a lot of big expansion moving towards you, because we have this ascended masters, but now we have number 17, which adds up to 8, which is you being in alignment with your best and highest self. And as you are in alignment with your best and highest self, as you are consciously creating and calling in these higher vibrational beings to assist you, that's who the ascended masters is, you're really learning a huge lesson around compassion. So let's just kind of jump into this book just a little bit. It says, this card represents expressing compassion for yourself and for others. Swans symbolize pure love and divine balance. What I say, divine balance, as above, so below, right? If you are compassionate with yourself, it will flow onto how you treat everyone else. Exactly. Because remember, I said just a second ago, you are of the same energy field that I am, that this room is, that your room is, that everyone you know is, that God is, that the angels are, that all of everything that exists is. We're all of the same energy field. We're all of the same stream of consciousness, right? And so if that's true, that means we're all in the same flow of energy, okay? And so as you're understanding, if you're compassionate with yourself, it will flow onto how you treat everyone else. Perhaps you've been pushing yourself lately, or you've been unkind to yourself by rushing things, or feeling stressed, or taking on too much, or trying to follow a strict regime or ideal. Relax. Show yourself some latitude, Sagittarius. And listen, I know this about us. We have a tendency to be a little extreme. You know, I know when I'm like trying something new, I don't just, I'm all in. I'm 100% in, and I'm going to, you know, I don't just do anything halfway. And I know that's kind of common for a Sagittarius. And so if you're finding yourself kind of pushing yourself hard, you know, putting too much stress on yourself, relax. Give yourself some latitude. If you judge yourself harshly, the judgment is passed on to others. And this form of energy makes itself felt to everyone. So if you're judging yourself, then you will judge others. And then they, because they're going to hold a mirror up to you, are going to judge you. And then they're turning around and judging themselves. And it's just an icky chain. And the whole idea is when you have compassion for yourself, you will naturally have compassion for others. And as you give compassion to others, they will naturally give compassion to you. And as they give compassion to you, they'll naturally give compassion to themselves. And it will be a beautiful, healthy dance and chain of love and compassion and connection that we all share, okay? So, become quiet. Whoop, wrong way. Become quiet and turn inward. Concentrating on your heart center. Your heart will let you know what is good for you and seek out experiences that are rewarding and full of light. When you honor yourself, being compassionate becomes so much easier. You see your struggles in others and you can feel what they are going through, and you are then able to lighten their load by sending them good thoughts rather than judgmental ones. So this is just a beautiful message, Sagittarius. There is just this energy of you're learning to have a lot of love, a lot of compassion, a lot of forgiveness for yourself. And as you are, that is reflected to you and by you. I want to point out, let me pull down this curtain because the sun is getting right on me, isn't it? But let's look at these connections of these pictures. Look how you have these beautiful kind of auric energy fields surrounding them, and these beautiful circles that are connecting them, and these kind of light, I almost feel like it's columns of light that are connecting them. And this is, you know, this is the understanding that we're all connected. Okay. Just like I said, this is really, when you start to understand that we're all going through the same thing, and you stop having so much judgment for yourself, you'll stop having so much judgment for others, and then you'll stop feeling so much judgment. And as this compassion grows and grows and grows this year, I really feel like this is going to help you step into this powerful, loving, and wise spiritual place, okay? And maybe even for some of you, this is what's going to help. And maybe that this energy is what finally, when you have less judgment for yourself, more compassion for yourself and others, for some of you who are single, this is bringing in that life partner, that twin flame, that soulmate, something that's a higher, not just a normal relationship, a relationship where you're both vibrating at a higher level, where you're both really working on being your best and highest self and being in alignment with your best and highest self. Okay, so we're going to go quickly through these next two cards, but I am definitely being told to pull them quickly. So let's look at the Soul's Journey Oracle, because my guides here are saying that this is all connecting. So let's just see what it has to say. All right, so what is the big message for Sagittarius, please? What do they most need to know? Spirit, that was very fast how quickly that came out. I love that. Peace. I am a being of love, and I release all negative energy. This really goes back to compassion, doesn't it? As we have compassion for ourselves, we are going to naturally lean towards peace. We are not going... Compassion is the opposite of judgment. Okay? Judgment is very often what causes conflict, because we are choosing to see somebody as less than. We are choosing... Judgment is us seeing ourselves or others as less than, not as the perfect people and situation that they are, or just the perfection of the situation that we are all experiencing. Because when we're in the flow, you understand that when you're in the flow, everything is perfect. There is no such thing as anything less than perfect, because you're always in the right place at the right time to have the right experience with the right people when you're in the flow. And if you're always having the right experience with the right people all the time, then that means what? Everything is perfect. So there is just this energy of you releasing judgment, releasing that resistance to needing everybody to be the way you expect them to be, and just having compassion for yourself, receiving compassion for yourself, giving compassion for yourself. And this energy, I really feel, is raising your vibration quite a lot this year, Sagittarius. I think this whole thing is leading to kind of a crescendo, is what I just heard in my head. So let's look at one more card and see what we're going to do before we jump into the tarot. We've got the Moonology. This is the new Moonology. There's two different versions, and this is the most recent version. So Spirit, what messages we have for my Sagittarius birth babies on their birthday? What does Sagittarius most need to know, please? Here we go. Oh, it's my favorite card. It's my favorite card. And the reason is because I love how this is kind of coming back around full circle, okay? The message here, the very first card we had started with the Ascended Masters, and I said, for some of you, this is really you're stepping into your own intuitive gifts. And it could be even that for some of you, you're really going to be leveling up this year, okay? Really, ascension is one way of saying it, but this is just sort of peeling back those layers of our human self and seeing that your true essential nature, the true essence. My hair is just in my face. This, you keep seeing me do, is like, would you just please stay there, please? Y'all send me some compassion and good thoughts for my hair to stay behind my ear, okay? Okay. But going back to this, as you are attracting peace, as you're attracting compassion, as you're giving peace, as you're giving compassion, you're really becoming more powerful, more loving, more wise, more intuitive, and attracting perhaps even these higher vibrational beings to work with you, or you yourself are finally learning to tune into this higher vibrational way of being, okay? And that is so important, because as you are attracting, let's say, I'm just looking up here, I've got Archangel Michael and Archangel Raphael up here with me, okay? So let's say you decide to work with the Archangels. Let's say maybe just Archangel Raphael, Gabriel, and Michael. There's a whole bunch of them. We could talk about them all day. If y'all ever want to talk about the Archangels, let me know. We could do a reading for the Archangels. That could be a lot of fun. I love the Archangels. I love the angels in general, but the Archangels specifically. And while they are not, the Archangels are not the Ascended Masters. The Ascended Masters be like Jesus and Buddha and Muhammad and people who lived on this earth, who have now ascended this earth, okay? So you can kind of see some of them down there in the bottom. This is connecting to those Ascended Masters, or you could even be connecting to higher vibrational beings, even higher than them, such as the archangels. So let's say this year you're leaning in towards peace, you're leaning into compassion, and now you're starting to decide that you want to work with, you want to be a high vibrational. You want to see what that means. What is that? What happens when we get to this place of high vibration? What happens with our life? And so you're asking for assistance, and you're calling in maybe the archangels, like I said, Raphael, Gabriel, Michael, or the other ones, or maybe you're asking maybe the ascended masters, and you're saying, hey, I want to work with you. Well, what does that look like? Watch for the signs. It says follow the moon, but I just love this. I'm somebody who works with the moon. I work with the new moon and the full moon, and like right now we're going into the last the last quarter before the full moon at the time of this recording. And I understand, what each one of the phases of the moons means. And so it could be that they want you to perhaps maybe work with the phases of the moon. Here we have, like I said, this would be the first quarter of the moon, but, going into that full moon, there is just this energy of maybe working with the new moon and the full moon, to set your intentions with the new moon and to release with the full moon. Or perhaps if you're asking the ascended master, so Jesus, Buddha, Muhammad, I see Krishna on there, I don't remember who all that is, Kuan Yin, there's a bunch of them on here, Mother Mary, Kalima, there's a whole lot of them on here. Asking any of them to work with you, or the archangels, how do you know it's them? Watch for the signs. Okay, listen, we can actually ask them to please give us signs directly. Okay, so for instance, a lot of times when I'm working with spirits who have crossed over, okay, so like your loved ones who crossed from this side of the world to the other side of the veil, I'll ask them when they come in, if I'm not paying attention, to actually give me a physical sensation, and I will even direct them. I have them sometimes give me chill bumps on the back of my shoulders, or I'll have them catch my breath. I'll tell them that, I'll give you permission to do that. So that's one thing you could do, and you have to be aware of when it happens that that's them. But the other thing is, watch for the signs. When you're asking them to work with you, they're going to start sending you signs. They're going to start sending you synchronicities. They're going to start, and if you catch the synchronicities, sometimes the signs are just like 1111, or you see the same thing over and over and over for a few days. And that doesn't necessarily mean that that's the answer. It just means they want to see, are you paying attention? Okay? Acknowledge it. Say, I saw that, or write it down even. Maybe put a little note on your phone, have a little list on your phone. Miraculous sightings. Maybe that's what you call it. Miraculous sightings. And you just have a list of every time you see something. It doesn't have to be anything more than just what it was. But as you acknowledge that, you're letting them know you're paying attention. You're letting them know that you want to work with them, that you're focusing on them connecting with you, and then the connection opens up. Okay, Sagittarius? So this is going to be a very, very big year, it looks like, for you. There is just a lot of love and compassion and peace, working with higher vibrational beings, and opening yourself up to understanding that communication. That's just gorgeous. So we are going to look at the Witchling Academy. We're going to do a straight 9-card shuffle. So what messages do we have for Sagittarius, please? What messages does Sagittarius most need to know on their birthday? All right, we start with the Knight of Swords is in reverse. We have the Two of Wands, and we have Judgment. This is all past. Let me set this down just a wee bit. Interesting. I like Judgment in reverse there. We have the Devil. Look at all these major arcana. In the present, we have Devil. We have the Six of Pentacles is in reverse. Okay. And the Four of Wands. Nice. Moving on down. Here we got the Six of Wands. Like that very much for you. The Three of Swords. This is the future is in reverse. And then lastly, we finish. Love that. The Five of Pentacles in the past. We have Nine of Pentacles. I'm sorry, not past. The underlying energy. We have the Nine of Pentacles. The Five of Swords is in reverse. The Seven of Swords is in reverse. Chariot is in reverse. Look at all these reversals, Sagittarius. What's going on here? We're going to end that right there with that Ace of Wands. Underlying energy. There is a lot of energy moving towards you, but it feels like, it may feel sometimes, okay, you were really planting a lot of seeds. Let me say this. A lot of where you're going, a lot of the direction you are heading over this next year is going to feel sometimes very stagnant. In fact, there may be times in the coming months that you may just feel like you're getting nowhere. It may feel like, you're just spinning your wheels, chariots in reverse. Like, am I even accomplishing anything here, or am I making a bigger mess than what I started? Okay, so there is just this energy of uncertainty, of feeling stuck, kind of off and on throughout the year. But I really want to encourage you to see that is not the truth. This is just something that, as it comes up, it's almost like this energy. Hang on, my ears are ringing very loudly. It's almost like this energy is asking you. It's almost like it wants to be seen so that you. I'm sorry, I'm moving my little rug here. It has shifted all the way over here, so this is why I kept doing this, because I was following my rug. Let me get back here. There's this energy of almost like the stagnation, this energy of feeling like you're just spinning your wheels, or maybe you're not, like you're making things kind of messier. It's almost like it wants to come up for you to see it, for you to acknowledge it, and for you to release that resistance, to see that that's not true, that you have really done a lot of work. You've really planted a lot of seeds that, as you are tending to them, they will result in something really beautiful for you. Okay, Ace of Wands is okay. So I feel like you need to see that you are really, first of all, leveling up this year. In consciousness, it feels like mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, and energetically, you are holistically leveling up this year. Okay, I wouldn't even be surprised if some of you are going to look younger a year from now. I get this energy that the priority this year is going inward, and it's not about being self-centered. It's about really focusing on, I've been giving and giving and giving, and I've been learning and learning and learning and learning and doing and doing and doing. But how much all this could I give to myself? How much of what I learned can I use to heal myself? It's like it's time to turn inward and take all that wisdom, all that knowledge, and use it for yourself. Okay? And I think that sometimes you're going to think you're going nowhere, but I need you to trust you are really, it's going to, all the seeds that you have planted are paying off, and that you are really moving into a whole new, higher version. I just get this, and I keep hearing higher vibrational version of yourself. Okay, so let's go ahead and wrap it up by looking at the past, present, and future. A lot of big energy here, and some timing here. Something is going down in June, Sagittarius. Let me tell you that. There's definitely something going down in June. We will get to that. So let's talk about past. We have Knight of Swords is in reverse, Two of Wands, and here is Judgment showing up, Virgo. Oh, by the way, Cancer is here as well. We already saw Cancer with Chariot. Okay, so you got Cancer, you got Virgo, which is tickling me because Cancer is my actual husband Tommy, and my son and daughter. Two of my three daughters are Virgos. So I just kind of think that's funny. How much I'm like, I know these cards. But anyway, let's get back to past. Knight of Swords, Two of Wands, Judgment. And here's the thing. I feel like the direction you have been going up to this point, the focus that you have been focusing on, whether it's in your career, whether it's in relationships, whether it's self-development, whether it's physical and personal health, or mental health, or career development, I'm not sure. Whatever it is, you've been pouring a lot of your energy into within your own life. Okay, this is not talking so much. I mean, to some degree, for some of you, you put a lot of energy into other things outside of you. And I do mean like some of you are advocates and things like that. To some degree, I am talking about the things that you pour yourself into outside of you, but really, I feel like this is more about yourself right now, Sagittarius. So all the things that up to this point, up to this moment that you're watching this video, that you have really been pouring yourself into, it hasn't been for naught. Let me say that it hasn't been a loss. It hasn't been like, well, what were you doing that for? You should have been focusing on this. Like, you wasted all that time. It's not that at all. You learned so much. You have gotten a wealth of wisdom. Like I said, Sagittarius, at the very beginning, you are the one that majority of your friends and family go to for advice. I wouldn't even be surprised if most of you aren't some type of healer, some type of psychic, something like that. That is just very common for Sagittarius to be in the healing, in the psychic world, or in the entertainment world. That seems to be the big three. But or some combination of the three. But there's just this energy of you've done a lot of learning, a lot of growing, a lot of understanding these concepts, and you thought that what you have learned, how you are applying it, was the path that you should be on. And at the time it was the path that you were called for. But I do want to say there is just this energy of it's going to reorganize itself. Okay. It feels like you were just kind of, it's interesting. Here's this Ace of Swords. Here's the Ace of Wands, okay? And both of these are the air signs, all right? Masculine energy, taking charge, being the leader, you know, the one who goes in and fights and wins and, you know, that kind of energy. But also the energy of giving, you know, giving and giving and giving and giving. And so there's just this energy of you've really been kind of moving towards what you thought, and Swords, was the right path. But Two of Wands, the thing is that it was only sort of the right path. I feel like a lot of where you've been pouring yourself has definitely been, it was the right place at the right time, okay? It was what was needed at the time, okay? But the vehicle that got you to where you are right now is not going to be the same vehicle that's going to be able to take you to where you need to go, okay? So in other words, the road that brought you here is not the same road that's going to take you to where you want to go, okay? And to the path that you need to move towards, all right? And so here we have the Devil in the presence. We have the present time. We have the Devil. We have the Six of Pentacles as in reverse. But look at that, Four of Wands. And so like I said, this is the time where it feels like there's some reorganization, especially around the month of June. I'm going to go ahead and get some clarity around that real quick, but let me just go ahead and say that Four of Wands, okay? This Four of Wands, the Six of Pentacles, there is just this energy of you're really starting to look at Devil, by the way, this is Capricorn. You're starting to look at where are you consciously, subconsciously, intentionally, unintentionally holding yourself back, okay? Where are you perhaps needing to take better care of your needs, okay? This is very important. It's almost like you think, it's up to this point you're like, well, I always thought I was. I thought that all the stuff I have been doing was focusing on what I needed and I was growing and going in the right direction, and you were up to this moment. But there is something that's being revealed now or in the coming days and weeks ahead that they're asking you to have compassion for yourself, because you're going to understand that this is the reason why this compassion card is here, that you're having compassion for yourself because and not to assign negative energy to this, okay? To be a being of love and light, have peace with yourself, not beat yourself up, because I feel like there's like a turnaround here. But there is just this energy, this Ascended Masters, Four Wands. There's this energy that you are going to not be going through this by yourself. You are going to be calling in some type of spiritual help, okay? I don't know if this is angels, ancestors, guardians, guides. I don't know if this is your higher self. I don't know if this is just learning to use a tarot or a pendulum, or maybe getting a psychic to work with you, or working with a tarot reader or something, okay? But there is this energy of you're finally starting to see where you've been holding yourself back, where it's like the veil is being taken from your eyes. It's interesting. The Devil is a very interesting card. And hang on, I just want to get some clarity before I say this. Or no, I'm going to say this and I'll get some clarity. The Devil often gets kind of, you know, oh, that's a terrible thing. This is toxic energy. These are the things that we keep ourselves bound to. Yes. These are the things that have been holding you back. Correct. But at the same time, when the Devil shows up, the Devil gives you the choice to see the truth. The Devil gives you the opportunity to, here is the thing that's holding me back. Here is the thing that if I just made a shift in my consciousness, if I just release this energetically, if I, you know, allowed, you know, release the negativity and move myself into a higher vibrational way of seeing it, of being it, of handling it, then I can release it. Then the Devil really holds the mirror up and gives you a choice. Do you want to stay chained, or do you want to make the choice to take those chains off? That's what the Devil card is. It's like, it's not, he's not saying, the Devil gives you the choice just as much as anybody. You always have free will. Remember that. You always have free will. So the Devil is just kind of showing you, here's what the choices are you're making. Do you wish to keep making the same choices? And I feel like that's the thing. I feel like you go from this Devil energy to the Wands, those Ascended Masters, the Archangels, the Ascended Masters, your higher self, your guides. There's just this energy of really finally getting which of your needs you haven't been taking care of, and how can you do that, okay? So that you can plant better seeds. The Six of Pentacles is about really being conscious of, are you planting the seeds that are going to yield a good crop, okay? And so this is, when we talk about seeds, we talk about what we're thinking, okay? And how our thoughts impact the choices we make, how our thoughts impact what we're attracting to ourselves, okay? And so that whole, there is just this energy of you really examining your role and how your thoughts are connected to attraction of everything. We're all connected. Remember I said that. We're all connected. We're all connected. So if that's true and you're connected, your thoughts are connected as well. And your thoughts go out and find things that are just like them, and they grab on and they bring them to you. Just like that. It's called the law of attraction. Look it up. I might have wrote a book about it. You might have heard about it. Link is down below if you're curious. But anyway, there's this energy of going from the devil, understanding which of our thoughts are not productive, which of our thoughts are not yielding the results we want, and cleaning that up, bringing in this higher level consciousness, and really beginning to understand how to work with them, okay? Letting go and having compassion and forgiveness for yourself, releasing that negative energy that we've created when we didn't have compassion, when we were in judgment, okay? Releasing that negative energy and allowing for the flow of creation. This is huge, because this is the thing. I think that as you finally start to see where you've been holding yourself back, how you've been holding yourself back, like I said, I get this energy, something's coming up in June. We're about to clarify that right now. This is a big breakthrough, a big shift of consciousness, a big shift of awareness, a realignment. I feel like it's almost like unbecoming. It's like everything that you ever have become, you have to relearn it. You have to unbecome all that and get back into alignment with the true essence of who your essential nature is. And that is where you're going this year. I just get the energy that you're finally healing, you're finally releasing judgment, fear, negative energy, having compassion for yourself and others, allowing others to have compassion for you, giving forgiveness to yourself and others, and forgiving yourself the most. And it shifts. It shifts big. I clarify what's coming in June for Sagittarius. Look at that. Told you, some of you are manifesting a divine partner. This is true, forever, soulmate, twin flame, whatever this relationship is. Or it could be, for some of you, you'd be bringing in a new best friend or some type of relationship. It could be business work relationship, but there is some type of, now, hold on, let me see what the underlying energy is. Interesting. The Hermit. Right as I said, hold on, my mind was thinking, but this could also be alignment with yourself, okay? This is the alignment of the body and the mind, right? The mind-body connection, as I talked about earlier. This is the alignment of you and your higher self. This is the alignment of the divine feminine, the creation, the part of you that's creative, the part of you that is, receptive and in the flow and feels all juicy and good, and then the divine divine masculine, the part of you that's the leader, the part of you that gives, the part of you that is in charge. This is the balance of the creation and the consciousness, the balance of the intuition and the I can't get the word, but it will come. Just not the intuitive behavior, but the balance of the intuition and the self. Okay, that's what this is. And so the Two of Cups can really be about you. The Hermit, there's Virgo showing up again. So you've had Virgo a couple times now. So the underlying energy is the Hermit. So I get the energy sometime around June. You are really peeling back those layers so that you are getting the truth of who you are. The true essential nature of who you are at a soul level is going to be kind of understood. And I think this is one of the most beautiful points of your journey coming forward. Okay. I think somewhere around June is also, as you are doing this, I get this energy, but maybe this is when this Ascended Masters energy comes in, because look what's right behind that, the Page of Wands. Exactly, just like the Ace of Wands. There's the Ace of Wands. Both, there have the Ace of Wands there, and he has the Ace of Wands there. But this is honestly the new, fresh opportunity that comes in. So like I said, it feels like in June, there is just this moment where you have full self-awareness, some self-enlightenment, and some alignment. Okay, that's the easiest way to say it. Some alignment, some understanding of your truth, of your path, of what you came here to do, of what your path forward should look like, and how your thoughts and behavior, or your thoughts and feelings impact your behaviors, and how your behaviors are impacting the environment. Okay, all of this just kind of comes into alignment somewhere around June. I mean, this is a great awakening, I feel like. Also, that makes a lot of sense because in June is Gemini season, and in Gemini season is the Sagittarius full moon. So I would not even be the least bit surprised if this did not have to clarify. Is this around the Sagittarius full moon? Hang on. It's on the floor. Look at that. Look at that. 10 of Pentacles. Yes. That's a big, 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 big yes. And this is the sum total of all the choices you make really coming to fruition. So like I said, I feel like it's coming to a big head somewhere around the Sagittarius full moon in Gemini season. And you are... I feel like if you have ever really wanted to do any type of spiritual work, any type of spiritual gifts, any type of communication, mediumship, anything like that, this is the time where it's going to really reveal itself what your gifts are. This is the time where you should really be leaning towards that self-discovery. Okay? So now moving forward into the future, and these will be our last 3 cards, and we'll wrap it up. We've got the, I just saw this again. I just remembered the 6 of Wands. Look at this beautiful little beauty. The 3 of Swords is in reverse, and then the 5 of Pentacles. And so let me say, there is a lot of heart healing coming out of this journey that you're about to go on, Sagittarius. Okay. Peace, compassion. I mean, a lot of healing, a lot. I feel like it could, oh, I'm getting full body chills. I feel like this healing is not even so much the heart healing. I mean, it is. It's always about the heart, right? But it's also, I feel like for some of you, this is past life healing, okay? This is past life lessons are finally being learned, are finally being healed, are finally being resolved, so you don't have to keep repeating these lessons over and over. For some of you, this could be you are finally healing old lessons around relationships and love, okay? And finally letting those lessons be resolved because you are integrating them, okay? Here's the thing. We have an experience. We go, oh, here's the lesson that I was supposed to learn. You know, you take it, you see it, there it is, there it is, there it is, okay. And then that's going to come back around, because the way life works is you're just going to keep retracting the same thing over and over until you shift it in a different direction, okay? And so if you don't learn the lesson, it just keeps coming back. And the thing is that almost always it comes back a little bit bigger and a little bit bigger and a little bit bigger until you can't miss it, okay? So once you say, I have learned the lesson from that experience, it comes back around one more time. And if in fact you have learned the lesson and you actually take the lessons that you were supposed to learn and you integrated it and you handle the situation differently this time, then you show the universe, I don't want to attract that. I want to attract a different experience. The thing that you no longer want to attract goes away and something new is attracted to you, okay? But if you handle it exactly the same way as you always have before, it's just going to keep coming back because the universe is like, oh, I guess you like that. So this is a big, 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 big thing around the 3 of Swords. There is some understanding of what have you been, lessons and cycles have you been continuously in a loop in this lifetime and lifetime after lifetime. How have you been repeating the same cycles, and what are the lessons that you have learned? Okay, this is a big one. You are really going to have, I feel like with the help of the Ascended Masters, with the help of the Archangels, with whomever it is you're working with, this higher vibrational beings, it could just be your higher self, okay, your spirit guide, whomever this is that you're working with. I feel like the breakthroughs that you're moving into and towards the future, towards the end of, you know, the rest of the next year after June, I get this energy that there's just this, these layers that you didn't even know you had. They're peeled back. And as they're peeled back, you have made, because you didn't even know this was here. You didn't know you were holding on to this. You didn't know they were blocking you. You make so much space for the potential of growth, okay? You just have all this room and growth potential that you are going to go flying forward towards a different, I don't say a different, but I do want to say if it feels like you've had some success blocks, if it feels like things haven't been going, like I said, it may feel there for a minute like you are perhaps even spinning your wheels, okay, for a little bit. It's interesting because this is Cancer. Like I said earlier, Cancer, and then I mentioned 6 months from, in the 6th month around June, which is Gemini season, okay? So it goes it goes Gemini season and then Cancer season. So it could be whatever happens in Gemini season, the impacts are going to be felt all through Cancer season. And I wouldn't even be the least bit surprised by that, because that makes a lot of sense. It's like you're finally starting to understand, oh, here's what happened. But I feel that this is going to be life-changing. Let me say, I think that, listen, nobody is ever the same a year after year. You look back from where you are now, look back a year ago, you're not the same. You're older, you're wiser, you're more mature. Hopefully you've learned some important lessons and you've grown, right? But let me just say that some years we have more growth than others. Now, for some of us, that requires tower moments, those moments where life just kind of knocks us down and we have to shake ourselves all the way down to the foundation and clean it up starting at the bottom and go from top, bottom back up to the top. That happens. But there's no tower card here, okay? What I'm seeing is this is you leaning into yourself for the sake of yourself, for the sake of knowing there's something bigger. There's a path you've always wanted to take, a gift you've always known you had, a journey in your soul you need to take. And it's calling you big time this year. And it's going to crack you wide open. It is going to peel you apart. You're going to understand why you had the pain and the lessons that you had to go through so that you could get to where you need to be. It's all going to become very clear this year. And I'm promising you, at a year from now, when you go back and watch this video a year from now, you're going to understand not only how you've been blocking yourself. It was never that success or whatever dream it was you were trying to have wasn't coming. It was always coming to you. It's just going a little bit slower because you had to get to the point of understanding all of yourself, the full, true, essential nature of yourself. And then once you got that, then you brought the dream team in to assist. And now here you are. So just hold on. I am not going to be surprised if a year from now some of you have psychic gifts, if some of you are literally on the road to fame, you've gone viral, for the right reasons. There's a lot of success and fame I see for some of you. Look, you've got pentacles, 9 of pentacles and 5 of pentacles here. You've got a lot of money that are very positive, beautiful signs, a lot of heart healing. And let me just say, divine assistance and guidance coming in towards you, Sagittarius. This is going to be a beautiful year, and I am so honored that I got to be the one who shared this message with you. Thank you so much, Sagittarius. If you enjoyed this message, be sure to give it a like, a comment, or even share it with somebody who might find it helpful. And y'all come on back. I would love to see you again. Till I see you next time, though, Sagittarius. Take care of yourself. Love you.